In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to make a Google Forms an automatically graded quiz. After you create each question in your quiz, you have to go into Settings on your Google Forms. Now, from your general settings, you might want to check off a few options. There is an option just to restrict the form to East Brunswick Public School users. That's usually automatically checked off. If you only want your students to take your quiz one time, make sure you check off limit to one response. And if you don't want your students to be able to edit the quiz after they submit, make sure you don't check off edit after submit. And then also, if you need your students to upload a file or anything like that, you can control the file size that you would accept down here. On the presentation tab of the settings window, you have some options to show the progress bar. So whilst the students are taking a quiz, they can see how many questions they have left to answer. And you also have the option to shuffle question order. That way, students will never be on the same question at once. This comes in handy, especially if you're in a computer lab taking the quiz, because it's really easy to see each other's computer screens. And finally, the Quizzes tab will allow you to actually make it a quiz. And then finally, on the Quizzes tab, this screen will give you options to actually make it a quiz. So you have to make sure that Make This a Quiz is turned on, and then it gives you some options on how you want the grade to be released here. So one of the options is immediately after submission. So the quiz will be automatically graded by the computer, and then the students will receive the results right after they submit their quiz. And the other option is later after manual review. If you choose this option, you will have to go in and manually grade each quiz yourself. If you choose this option, after you manually grade each quiz, you can release the student's grade through their email addresses. And then after the students receive their grade, on the form, you can check off if you want your students to see if they missed any questions, the correct answers of the questions, and the point values of each question. Now, after you set up the settings for the quiz, if you want the quiz to be automatically graded, you have to go back to each question and set up an answer key. So you would go to the first question in your quiz, and when you notice, if you click on the question at the bottom here of the question, you'll see the option to click answer key. So you'll click on answer key, and from your answer key for each question, you will have the ability to set your point value for each question. And then you will also have to choose the correct answer for the question. So all you have to do to choose the correct answer is click on the correct answer, and then you'll see a little green check mark come up right next to it. So for multiple choice questions, true and false questions, questions like check all that apply, those you can all create an answer key from and can all be automatically graded. But if you have questions in your quiz like long answer or short answer questions, those questions would need to be manually graded.